Hey guys, what's up?
I'm Trevor.
And I'm Sean.
And together we're Vaportron.
And today we've got another Alive ejuice. Don't worry, we will eventually be doing other brands besides those just at Top Shelf. We've actually got another juice we just found from a shipment from Can Vape a while ago that I forgot to open. And we'll be doing that one again soon. We do also have some other Alives. And did you have any other Cloud Co as well? Or we've done Cloud Co that we haven't tried yet?
Yes.
And we might soon be doing some as well of the vapors that we have already tried in the past, so they won't be first impressions, but it will be an opportunity to give you our interpretation of the flavoring and scent of some of the juices that we've greatly enjoyed in the past as well. So look forward to that. Stay tuned. In the meantime, the one we have today,
Right now I'm smoking on, since the dripper is used for that, right now I'm smoking on an EVOD 1. It's got I think it's Ultimate Canadian by Divine in there.
oh yes,
And this is what I've been vaping on
while I was getting this re-wicked for us.
while we were getting that re-wicked.
Yeah, it was my turn to do the re-wicking, so. And probably will be my turn for a while because you've done it the past few times, haven't you? Except for when KOB did it for us in the other video,
Yes.
or before the other video. So, what we are doing now, and I want to mention we kind of have a bit of a question on the pronunciation, because I remember reading that the proper pronunciation was Acai, but from everything I found, just to confirm that, it's Acai. Either way, it's either Acai or Acai Crybaby by Alive ejuice. I'm never entirely certain whether or not this is properly focused on the bottle, if you're wondering why I hold it up as long as I do. Hopefully that's enough. And of course, it is part of Alive's regular flavor listing, so it is 50/50 BGPG, and it is 12 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter. And just in case you're wondering, I mentioned to Trevor that we should probably mention why you're seeing so many different levels of nicotine. That's because 12 is right where I prefer to stay at. These are bottles that, in all likelihood, I'll be vaping on after we've done the review. The other levels, Trevor is kind of experimenting with lowering the level of nicotine that
Like
he
3,
uses.
6, and 8.
Yeah, exactly. And see how well that works, and bring him that much closer to being able to give up the nicotine altogether and just enjoy the flavors of the vapor itself without having to put that into his body. Alive, of course, does at least source its nicotine from a much safer source, edible plants, as opposed to tobacco, but still, even with that, there is still the fact that he is putting more nicotine into his body than on top of what would normally be just in a regular human diet. And so, because of that, we both want to slowly lower the nicotine to the point that we don't need that anymore. Yeah, it really is a very clear juice.
Yeah, we should maybe hopefully.
And yeah, I don't know if you can see this part on camera or not, but
It's very clear.
it is very clear. A lot of Alive's e-juices tend to be colored. This one they've chosen not to color, or if they have, it's very lightly to the point that I can't even see it while it's still in the bottle.
We'll see. We'll split in a dripper.
Oh yes, once it goes onto that nice clean white cotton. As I'm sure every one out there who's ever done laundry knows, any clean white fabric or cloth, or in this case just wicking cotton at all, will show the slightest spot.
100% organic.
Yes.
Made by UD.
Oh yeah, we've never mentioned that fact before.
We use UD cotton, mainly.
And this one does not want to let go of the seal. You want to try that, sweetie? And I'll just grab this and give the usual info It is still rating at 0.32, the same coils we had in it in our last video. And we'll be vaping this at 32.5 watts and on our, or in rather, our Dark Horse Mini on the Innikin Coolfire 4.
Can't wait until the new Innikin Disruptor TC comes out. It's going to be awesome.
Okay. And it is dual Kenthal coils. As if you were suddenly going to get a really good look at that from that quick moment that I pointed it at the camera.
26 wrapped over 32 Clapton wire.
Awesome. I know there are a lot of people out there who love those particular details.
You know, you forgot something.
Yeah, I'm taking the... I actually forgot about the seal, didn't I? That's going to be in my way when I'm trying to grip. Get rid of that. Yes, you've seen me many times grow very, very frustrated when that flops down. And actually, I probably should have tried KOB's suggestion for that, but maybe another time, if I ever get around to it.
Oh, wow. I can smell it already.
Ooh. Yes, that is very nice. And the reason I knew, or thought I knew,
smell it already.
for certain the pronunciation, is because Acai or Acai, whichever pronunciation you prefer, it is a flavor I greatly enjoy. So, Alive, you've got some pretty big shoes to fill. This is one of my favorites. Especially when combined with blueberry. It's really fantastic. But this one is just acai
Sweet.
itself.
I can definitely smell blueberry off it.
The description really doesn't tell us much, but then with acai itself, without any mixing that they've mentioned with other flavors, there really isn't much to tell. On the website it just says, indulge in this amazing acai berry tasting ejuice, and then in quotation marks, the fruit that cries. I believe that's quotation marks, it's not just a really big, no, it is. The fruit that cries. I've never heard of acai referred to that way. So what did you think of the smell?
Smells, I already said, but you interrupted me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can definitely smell blueberry off it. Blueberry seems to be overwhelming anything else.
And this one actually really isn't mixed with blueberry, but it makes sense. There's a reason it's usually mixed with blueberry. The tastes are very, in some people's opinions, very complementary to one another. And I'm pretty sure we've had something acai and blueberry mix that we shared.
No, it's very, very, very clear juice.
Acai is a very, very pleasant flavor. It's a very sweet.
It's a very clear juice.
At least in my experience, it's possible just all the acai products that I had were very sweetened.
This is a very, very, very clear juice. Like there's no coloring at all.
It is. That's what I thought, looking in the bottle. Which is, in my opinion, actually a good thing. I love the other flavors we've had by Alive, but I'm not really a big fan of colored juices. They do help in terms of just telling one juice from another if the label falls off, or if you've got like multiple similar tanks.
Holy jumping!
And you've got a different flavors in different tanks, that would certainly help you that way. But then if you really paid attention to the smells, it's not going to be that difficult anyway. So, I'm not really a big fan of putting a lot of coloring in juices. It is nice to see when they fit and when they don't. Just as a matter of curiosity.
This is taking a lot of...
You really think I did a good job wicking then?
Yes. Anyway, it's a bit full now. It's dripping. It's dripping like it's not supposed to be.
Oh. Well, grab the cap. Wherever you put it. You didn't pass it to me.
What?
Cute as your belly is, I don't think any of our viewers want to see it.
A little bit.
That is really pleasant. You want to pass me the cover though?
It's a very...
You want to smell it a bit more before we start?
No, I can smell it.
Yes, it is a very strong scent. It is actually really nice. Heck, I'm tempted to leave the top off the bottle and use it as an air freshener. That'd be a bit of a waste.
Alright, let's try. Ready?
This chair. I'll need this for the end of the video though. So what do you think? Does it taste like flavor that I know we've had juices, like actual drinking juices. And I know we had some kind of chocolate covered blueberry and acai candy one time. So does the taste seem very familiar to you, based on those experiences?
Yep.
Let's see if it is to me too.
Woohoo.
Well,
It's going to be turned down.
yeah, I think that may be a bit too high a wattage for 50-50, but so far, what do you say, 25 or 30?
30 at least.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Let me see.
I have to say, sorry I had to get it over here to that. That was quite pleasant. Is quite pleasant. I have to say, it is another case where Alive has not disappointed. So far in our reviews, we've only come across one we did not enjoy ourselves, and that neither of us enjoyed. And even that one, we did find a friend of ours who does enjoy it a great deal. So, of course, as I've said in another video, this really is more a matter of taste. By all means, just take our descriptions of it. If you like acai, or acai, whichever pronunciation you prefer, this is definitely a vape you'll enjoy.
Definitely.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's real good.
And if you like a sweetness to your vape, if you're not familiar with acai or acai, you'll definitely find something to like here. In both the flavor and the smell, this is definitely one that has not failed to live up to expectation. Now, of course, my expectations on this were quite high, so it would have been difficult, if not impossible, to exceed my expectations of this particular flavor. What about you, sweetie?
I like it. It's real sweet.
Yeah? Do you think it met, exceeded, or failed to meet your expectations?
Yeah, it was definitely what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Actually, a bit more than what I was expecting, actually.
So it actually exceeded yours. My standards for this one, I was really expecting a lot, and it delivered a lot. I have to say, I am quite pleased with this particular vapor. It really did come through. I was half worried that it would not quite meet my standards for this particular type of flavor. Once you put the, for me personally, once you put the word acai on there, that's it. You have to live up to it. You can't just fall short and say, okay, that's good enough. You've got to live up to that. And this one does. It really does. I'm quite happy.
Anyway, I don't think there's much more to say about it. I like it. It's real good juice. I'll definitely recommend it.
It lives up to its name. It has a
Definitely.
wonderful sweetness to it without being overpoweringly sweet. It's not like that almost gooiness that you'd expect with a caramel flavored or something like that, but rather it's just that really nice light sweetness that you'd expect from something that's just a fruit flavored juice without a lot of there's no tartness to it. Um, there's no overpowering level of sweetness. There's no syrupiness to it. It's just a lovely, pleasant, straightforward, acai flavored vapor. It's as simple as that.
Anyway,
So, just to give you a bit of a heads up, we've got a few juices now. We really can't do a sneak preview because we, over the next little while, will be choosing from the, I believe, 5 juices we have remaining now
yes.
at random. We chose one from mine today that I haven't yet tried. Next time we'll be choosing one randomly from Trevor's. And from there, who knows? Plus, as I said, we will soon be going through some juices that we've been using ourselves before we even started this series, or just picked up so we'd have something to vape on because we forgot to bring some extra juice with us and found it was quite pleasant. And just go from there. So, anything else you would like to add?
Nope. Just don't forget to subscribe, like our video, and put a comment if you got one.
Oh yes, come on. Like and subscribe. You know you wanna. So, Vaportron,
Out.